Terence Crawford has been training non-stop in preparation for his fight with Canelo Alvarez.
Farmers walk 15, 6, 1, 2.
However, Crawford's strength coach said camp is going great, and he believes Crawford will dominate and become the greatest boxer of all time.
Listen, I get a lot of texts asking how I'm doing, how camp is going, so I figured I could just put it up in one post. So I'm in the mountains. This dude's about to beat the brakes off Canelo and be the greatest boxer of all time, and I get to play a part in it. All is well, truly well. We good. I'm good. I'm real good.
Moreover, John Ryder advised Crawford to study Dimitri Bivol's in-and-out style, but warned that the weight jump will be a challenge.
You faced Canelo. If you could give some pointers to Crawford, what should he do to come out victorious in September?
I think you just got to watch the Bivol blueprint, the in and out. I mean, a lot of fighters getting stick now for being runners, Tom and Jerry and whatnot. But stick to what you're good at. Terence Crawford is an exceptional talent. He's won titles through the weights, undisputed at, was it 3 weights now? And listen, if anyone can do it, it's him. I think the weight will be too much of an issue. Canelo is a special talent. And I think the weight will play a factor in the fight. But listen, Canelo once done it and made the step up to super middleweight. I would like Crawford to be more at light middle and middle to build into it, but you take these opportunities when they come, and that's what greatness is.
However, Crawford's training routine includes runs, bag work, mitt sessions, strength training, and sparring with bigger fighters to keep speed and power. Furthermore, Antonio Tarver said Crawford reminds him of himself and predicted he will win by decision unless Canelo fights like he did against Caleb Plant.
I love Crawford, bro.
Yeah.
You know, he reminds me of me. When I look at everything he's gone through, everything he had to overcome, you know, being the pound for pound without getting recognized as the pound for pound, and he's still fighting for respect. You feel me, bro? I see a lot of me and Crawford when you look at his energy, the way he speak on boxing. He processed the game a lot different than a lot of these guys. And I think it's between his ears. He's a smart fighter.
Did he win the fight?
I like him to win a decision. I like him to win a decision only because I believe Canelo is facing a guy that he hasn't faced, a guy this tough since he had to get back to, I believe, what's the guy named that Plant? I think if Canelo come in like he did against Plant and have that type of energy, that type of footwork, and that type of resilience, I think that's going to give Crawford fits. But if he come in like he did his last 3 fights, that ain't going to be enough.
Shannon Briggs believes Crawford can stop Canelo, comparing him to Usyk for his ability to adapt and grow stronger during fights.
Crawford, Canelo. How do you see that one playing out?
I've been saying Crawford by stoppage.
By stoppage?
Yeah.
Crawford stoppage?
Yes, sir.
You truly believe that could happen?
Yeah. I've been saying it for months, since way back now.
What makes you think that? Because Canelo has got, from what I can see, one of the best chins in boxing.
Because sometimes you get a Usyk. I think Terence Crawford is like Usyk. He can fight both ways. He gets stronger as the fight goes on. He wants to prove something. I'm not biased because of this. I mean, I met him when he was 12 years old, came to my gym, I seen him train and then 12 years old.
Briggs said Crawford's intense focus gives him a real chance to take over as the sport's new top name.
I can see something in his eyes that I seen him in Turkey the other day, and I said, I still see that in your eyes. There's something in there that says, yo, I want to prove something. And that's the best thing in the world, champ. We're going to see it. I could be wrong. He could get stopped. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's going to stop him because Canelo good, but it's time. It's time for something else now. Now listen to me. I'm not great at predictions. I'll say that right. That's why I don't gamble. The champ don't do no crime, and the champ don't gamble because I suck.
Ronnie Shields slightly favors Crawford, citing his ring IQ, stance switching, and potential to trouble Canelo with body shots.
I think it's going to be a great fight, number one. I think both guys are going to be in great shape, like always. And look, you know, I'm favoring Crawford because I just think Crawford is an awkward fighter. And I think he's going to give Canelo a problem just because he switches both ways. And he won't be running all around the ring like school did. You know, Crawford is a great counterpuncher also. Crawford is everything a fighter needs to be. And I think he's going to show Canelo different things that he haven't seen before.
Absolutely. And Coach, if you were training Crawford, what would be some of the keys to victory that you would tell him?
Use your reach and touch his body.
And that's the key. That's what's going to open up Canelo Alvarez.
Absolutely.
Keith Thurman said Crawford must use smart tactics like jabs, feints, and angles to succeed at an unfamiliar weight.
You know, Canelo is really, Canelo's going to be Canelo, man. He's really, I think all the variables lie on Crawford. You know, Crawford is confident, but Crawford is outside of his zone. You know, it's all about the training camp, the preparation, you know, the extra weight, but still being agile, you know. I believe that it's tactics and game plan. I hope he works behind that jab. I hope he works behind the feint, and I hope he uses small little angles and different things, almost like when Charlo got dropped, right? After he got dropped, he never got dropped again. And because he never got dropped again, there's evidence that a nice mover, keeping your hands up, you actually can not get hurt by Canelo. Now, that was not the keys to victory because that was the keys of survival. But survival and tactics of not getting hit, the game of boxing is hit and not get hit.
Absolutely.
So to have the defense, to use the legs.
Shane Mosley predicted Canelo would win due to his size despite Crawford's superior boxing skills.
I think it'll be a great fight. I think both guys are great fighters, but I think Canelo's just too big, and you know they mistake him as being just a guy at 168, not a regular guy, and Crawford being the more talented. But that's not the case. They're both talented, but the only thing is Canelo has them by two-weight division. So I think that Canelo beats him pretty easily, but we'll see. If Crawford does good, I mean, kudos to Crawford. You know, I'm happy for him. If he can pull off, great. But my mental, my mind's telling me that Canelo's going to probably beat him.
Abel Sanchez leaned toward Canelo, citing his durability and saying adding size will not erase his physical advantage.
Okay, well, first of all, Terence Crawford is a great fighter, but so is Canelo. I think that, in my opinion, their IQ is similar, except Canelo doesn't get hit like Crawford gets hit. In my opinion, Canelo's a bigger man. Not that he started out as a bigger man, but he's now a bigger man. He has been hit by not only Gennady, who's one of the biggest punchers that a coach I've ever seen, but he's also been hit by Bivol, by Kovalev, who's a big puncher. You know, he's been hit by big guys. Crawford had a hard time with a 154-pounder who hit him often. So I think that no matter how much weight he puts on, no matter how smart he thinks he is or how big he thinks he is, he's going to be getting hit by a truck. And he's not used to that.
Roy Jones Jr. said weight will not be a problem for Crawford because he has trained properly with bigger fighters.
I don't think Terence did with much of anything because Terence did like I did as a heavyweight. He bulked up to the weight. He's been dealing with super middles and light heavyweights in training. If you can deal with them in training, you can deal with them in the fight. So the weight should not even be an issue.
Bob Arum questioned Canelo's motivation and warned the fight will only be great if Canelo comes to truly compete.
Canelo has shown in his last few fights that he's just a businessman. He's not in there to entertain the public. He just takes the big check. But again, if Canelo really fights, because I think safe to say Terence always fights. He doesn't know anything else. So then it could be a very good, interesting fight.
You've always praised Terence as a special fighter. Do you think he can beat Canelo?
Who is Canelo? What Canelo is going to show up? The Canelo who's looking to cash a big check, or the Canelo that really wants to fight like a fighter? Now, the Canelo we've seen the last 2 years is not only boring, but doesn't really have an incentive to mix it up and to to entertain people with a good fight.